Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome to the show. I am AdamMcKola, and today I am joined by Anwar Ghazi, absolute legend. Anwar, thank you for joining me, brother.
My pleasure, my pleasure.
I've been wanting to speak to you for a long time. Obviously, the perfect opportunity has come up because this week is a game in aid of the children of Gaza. Can you just tell the people at home how they can support that and what the game is for?
Well, the game is pure positivity, it's for the children of Gaza. We cannot describe the hardship they have been going through. So we want to show our support, raise funds for them, and hopefully rebuild Gaza in a way that everyone can join us, And 100% of the ticket sales goes to the children of Gaza. So yeah, I think it's a great cause, and hopefully it will be a success and can help a lot of people.
Where is the game being played?
The game is being played in London, FC Barnsley. You can check on the website for more information about where it is, ticket sales, everything. So I recommend all the people, if they have time on Saturday and they want to join a good cause, they are more than welcome. You don't need to be Muslim for it or anything. It's just something to help the children. We have seen their hardships.
Mm-hmm.
They are blowing to pieces. I don't even need to tell what is happening there. Um, but yeah, it would be amazing if people are coming and joining this great cause.
It's the website for those people that don't know is Children of Gaza, all one word, .co.uk. And you can get your tickets and you can see some of the lineup as well. What other players will be joining you on the day?
Yeah, there are some former legends like Emil Heskey, Bakary Sagna, many more legends to come. That's a surprise. So people, if you want to come and visit, come visit us. But also like players who I've played with, like Courtney House, who's still playing at
Hmm.
Aston Villa, Boy Waterman, who I played with in PSV Eindhoven. I think Adama Traore is coming as well from Fulham, the rapid guy, So
Yeah,
mostly
yeah, yeah.
must know him as well. Ait Nouri from Wolverhampton will be joining us, and many more. So I want to pay my respect for these guys who are showing up and want to join this great cause. And as I said, this is pure for the children, and no child in the world need to suffer like what's happening in Gaza right now. So I am happy, really happy. I can do this. But it wouldn't be possible without Newsroom Sports. They have been on it from day one. They have helped me since day one, even if when I got fired from Mainz. So a special thank you to them as well, because without them, I would not have arranged this.
When people heard that I was speaking to you, and obviously, guys, go and check out the website, get your tickets. I'll be down there on the weekend as well. And there's a name that I've heard that is possibly going to be there that excited me a lot. So, and obviously, there's a few surprises that you've got up your sleeve for the day. But there was a name that Ibs was telling me that excited me a lot as a Manchester United fan. So yeah, guys, if you wanna go down there and support, regardless of who's there, it's all about the cause. Make sure you're doing that. The link is in the description below. A lot of people when they heard I was talking to you, obviously wanted to discuss Mainz, and sent a lot of questions for you about Mainz and your situation there. Now, for the people at home, obviously we can't discuss that at the moment because it's an ongoing case which is to be settled in June. Is that right?
Yeah, correct. The 18th of June, I have the court case. So until then, I'm not open to speak freely.
Mhm.
But I'm happy to join you for another podcast and answer all the questions people have.
Yeah, yeah, we'll definitely do that. I've had a lot of people as well messaging me thanking you because a lot of people feel like they don't really have a voice, and you've been able to stand up and at much cost to yourself, kind of give them a voice. So a lot of people message me as well saying thank you for being a voice for them, really. Although I'm sure that's not why you do it,
Well,
you know.
obviously, no. To be honest, I just let my humanity speak, and that's why I did it. And I've created another noise. I'm happy about that, even though I lost my livelihood because of it. But yeah, I couldn't imagine anymore what was happening there, and it hurted me so much. I have a little son, yeah, he's almost 2 years old, and every morning when I see him. I've seen the videos the night before I go to sleep, and I'm
Mm.
crying and thinking about my son. I think a lot of people can feel my emotions with that. But Um,
Mm,
so yeah, I just spoke out of my emotions, and yeah, in my opinion, I haven't done anything special, you know. But I'm glad people liked what I did, even though I didn't do it for the people at all. Just as I said, I just did it because I need to release my feelings, and that's what I did.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, like I say, thank you as well, because it's great to see people speaking up, because unfortunately you don't see a lot of people speaking up. But yeah, understand how difficult it can be for some people as well. You've obviously had a long lasting career now. I'm a Man United fan, and you came on, you said, but I'm from Birmingham as well, so we'll talk about Birmingham. I'll be interested to talk to you about Birmingham. But
Yeah,
as a Manchester United fan, you were linked with the club last summer. That was weird, wasn't it? Sorry to just kind of change direction very quickly,
no
but
problem, no
you were
problem.
linked with United last summer. What was that true?
Well, to be honest, it was true. Yes, I think they had some issues with players. I think right. Mason Greenwood had to go. I think Anthony had problems as well. It was not sure if he could play or not, and they had some injuries, and they were looking at like possibilities for the wingers positions. And I was just a free agent for a week because I got
Hmm.
released out of my contract with PSV. So they were just checking options. It was not like nothing concrete,
Hmm.
but there were talks. Yes, definitely, it would have been a short term deal, just to help them out for the short term. So yeah, it was true. Yes.
Did you speak to the manager or anything like that, or?
No, no, no. It didn't came that far. It was just like that my agent was talking with them and that they were discussing it.
Okay. What would it have? Would you have said yes if an offer come in? And what are your impressions of Manchester United as someone that grew up in Holland?
Well, I think a lot of people know I'm a big Cristiano Ronaldo fan, and I followed Man United like everyone else, maybe since I was a little boy. You know, I was even walking in tracksuits of Man United all day in school. So obviously, if this was gonna happen, I would have run to it. You know, if I had to, you
Yeah.
know, or swim. But yeah, I was hoping for it, but I knew also it would not have been realistic. You know, if I just got released out of PSV and then make a huge step. Anything is possible in football, you know. But
Mm,
I think there was a small chance. But even though the small chance gave me a little bit of hope, and it made me a bit proud as well.
because we've seen a few similar short term deals where you kind of don't expect them to happen, and then they do happen because United have had injuries or whatever, or their transfer policy hasn't hasn't been right along the way, and then yeah, those kind of signings wouldn't have surprised Manchester United fans at that point, and like I say, it would have been a dream. It would have been crazy seeing a Man United shirt.
Hundred
What?
percent.
So you say you used to wear tracksuits and stuff. Was it the Cristiano Ronaldo thing? Is that the kind of era you remember supporting them?
No, I loved also Man United. You know, Old Trafford, the kid with Alex, with Ferguson, and all the other legends who were playing there, like Paul Scholes, Vidic, and Ferdinand. Those were like players I really look up to. You know, and in that moment they were also flying. You know, winning year after year. So
Yeah.
yeah, I was a huge fan. 100%. Yeah.
When you left Ajax was just as Eric Ten Hag arrived, right? Was that
Yeah, I
was that
haven't had Erik ten Hag as a manager.
he kind of arrived there just as you left? What have you
Exactly.
made of his time at Man? I know you haven't played for him, but what have you made of his time at Manchester United?
Well, in Ajax he was doing really well, so I was not in shock by the move to Menu, and I really thought he would lift the club in Menu as well. But you have to understand, Menu is a huge club, you know, and the
Mm,
pressure is so much, especially if you've seen like the good old times Menu had. That's
hmm.
what the club deserves. So I was expecting, um, yeah, that he was doing a bit better than now, but he's still getting prizes. He's still,
Mm.
yeah, getting trophies in. So I think that's not bad. What happened in the past year? So um, I think he should really focus on next season. I think next season will be really important for him. I think that will show if he will be able to lift Menu up, yes or not.
You played for Ruud van Nistelrooy, though, right? Is
Yes, he
that
was my manager at PSV Eindhoven. Correct.
what was your relationship like with Rude? Because Rude is a Manchester United legend, man. You must remember him
Yeah.
playing in the shirt as well, like with
Oh,
Scholes and Ronaldo
100%.
and stuff.
Yeah, 100%. When he was my manager, it was amazing. He was he's. I still have contact with him. We have contact weekly, and he was a great manager at the time. Even like sometimes in training, he was showing us how to do the finishing, and it was
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Did he still have it at that time? Yeah.
He still have it. It's unbelievable. Yeah, I can remember. Um, we were we were training and he was becoming angry because we were really, really sloppy on the ball, and then he showed us how to do it, and it went top bin. So, and we were just watching like, oh my days, this guy. And then we were understanding like this guy was a legend, and he still had it.
Yeah, it's unbelievable for Man United, for Real Madrid. Scored goals obviously at PSV Eindhoven as well. What kind of coach was he? And do you think he'll go on to have a big coaching career?
Yeah, I think he does. I think most people don't know what he did already at PSV Eindhoven. He got trophies in, and I think he's been there for 2 years, and he got two trophies in.
Hmm.
Just the league he didn't get, but um, he's really open. He knows how players feel because he was a player as well, and I think he has definitely a future.
Interesting. You won a couple of trophies with him, obviously the cup and the Johan Cruyff Shield. You also got a trophy through the playoffs for Villa. But what was it like? Finally getting your hand on some silverware at PSV.
Yeah, it was really nice. This undescribable feeling. As a boy, you play football to win things, and once you win them, and you share it with your family, with the fans. Yeah,
Mm,
it's a feeling difficult to describe, but it's yeah, you feel the enjoyment,
mm.
definitely.
What? So your career started off at Ajax as a young lad. What was it like growing up in Holland? Obviously, you were born in Holland. What was it like growing up there, playing football and stuff? How did your career start? Did you just start kicking ball from like 6 7 years old? Was it a late bloomer? Like how did your career get going?
I was crazy. I just loved playing football since I was, I think, 3 4 years old. I was
Mm,
kicking like small socks in the house, and I was breaking all the glasses in the house. And my mom was
mm.
so angry that he said like, "Nah, I have to go to the nearest football club and put you on one of these clubs." So she asked if I could start. I think she did it a few times, but you could start only from 5 years old. But
Yeah,
I think she went so crazy that she went in there and said like, okay, my boy needs to play football now, so I could start a half year earlier. So I'm a football player since maybe 4.5 years old.
crazy.
And yeah, since then I just enjoyed it. I've been um, since I'm a young boy, I know nothing else than playing football, and that's how
Mm,
my career started.
you were at the Feyenoord Academy as well, before the Ajax Academy. You went through quite a few academies
Correct.
as a young boy. Was that just your natural progression leading to Ajax, or were there a few setbacks along the way?
No, I had definitely a few setbacks. When I was in Feyenoord, I left the club because I was too childish. I wasn't professional. I was just like I was top scorer of the team, but I wasn't really like disciplined already on the age of like
Okay.
9 10 years old. I was just like focusing on like doing tricks. I was watching Ronaldo, so I was just trying to nutmeg people and score top bins. So all the other stuff like the passing, the skills, drills, I was not really on it. So I left Feyenoord, and I was yeah, I think I was really emotional by that time. So I was thinking about quitting as a little boy, but then Tony Pengel picked me up. He just phoned my mom and said like, "Listen, I see really talent in this boy. Let him come to Sparta 20." So I went there for a few years, and then I got picked up by Sparta. That's like the highest league where you can play. I played there for 2 years, and then I got picked up by Ajax. And since then, it went flying. I was like 18 years old when I started in Ajax, and when I was 19, I made my debut.
Hmm. Crazy. Scored in the Champions League at Camp Nou as well. What was that?
Yeah,
I know
exactly.
you didn't win the game, but you must dream of those moments.
100%. I was like, as I said, I was 18 when I started going to Ajax, and I was playing only FIFA, and then I was on the pitch with Maxwell, Ibrahimovic, Matuidi. I was like, where am I? It felt like a dream. So
Yeah.
that's my message to all the little boys as well. Never give up, man. Just go for it. You will have setbacks, and try everything you can, even though sometimes it doesn't work out. Just go for it because it can go quick, and then
Mm.
you're there.
How did the transfer to Lille come about? Was that something you wanted, the club wanted?
Yeah, I had problems with the manager in Ajax, so I had to leave Ajax, and I was still a young boy. I think I was just 20 or 20. I was 21 years old, and I didn't want to go far off of my family. So I thought that Lille would have been the best opportunity for me because it was just 2 hours drive from my home.
Mm.
So based on that, I went to Lille. Yeah,
Who was the manager at Ajax when you left?
Peter Bos, the same
Because
manager when I left PSV last summer.
he was because he wasn't around much longer after you left Ajax. So was that a bit frustrating that you left and then?
Yeah, that's what I said a lot of times. I think I've left Ajax a bit too early. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I couldn't stay. I had problems with the manager, and it was not resolvable. So I had to leave. So yeah, things
Because
goes in
six
life.
months
Not
later, Ten Hag was the manager, wasn't he?
yeah. No, no, no. I
I
think there
think.
was
No,
another
no, sorry,
manager. Marcel
sorry.
Kaiser
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Marcel
yeah, yeah. Sorry,
Kaiser.
I got my
I
years
think
mixed
for a
up.
year
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well, and I had a really good relationship with him. So yeah, it was double so hard that I didn't waited another 6 months.
Yeah, it's a shame, man. You played for Aston Villa though, which is obviously I'm a Manchester United fan because I was raised that way by my dad. But I am from Birmingham and I'm from the local area.
I
What were you?
love
What were you?
Birmingham, man.
What? Yeah, I was gonna say what kind of parts of Birmingham did you frequent? Did you visit?
Well, I was
Did you ever get
living
out
in
and
in
about down
in.
Ladypool Road or anything like
Well, I've been to
that?
Edgbaston, so I know how it is there. But no, man, I just love Birmingham, man. I know there are some poor areas, but I love the people, man. They're all clean, man. That's what I like. They're just normal people, and I didn't feel anything like unsafe there wherever I was walking. So yeah, I had a really good time. I was living in Sutton, but
Mm,
yeah, I had a really good time in Aston Villa as well. I have a really good interaction with the fans, so
mm.
I'm looking back to a really good period of time there.
It was you kind of played really well for them for a couple of years, and then Steven Gerrard kind of dropped you out of the team. How did that feel at the time? Because you helped them get promoted and everything back into the Premier League. Did you feel a little bit slighted by that?
Yeah, obviously, 100%. But when he came in, he was basically playing without real wingers.
Mm,
So me, Trezzy, and Traore knew what time it was. But the club always respected me, man. I have to say this because even though the manager didn't wanted me, the club always respected me and always said like, we know what you've done for the club. We want to help you with everything we can, even the owners. So I
mm,
really respect them for that. But as I said, you have setbacks in life. Sometimes you can't do anything about it, And
mm,
but still, I really look back at the great period of time there.
Got to play Premier League football as well. That must have been a dream, having watched it for so many years.
Yeah, obviously it was a dream come true. It was something huge and a dream come true. Playing, as I said, Old Trafford, Liverpool away, and all the other big clubs. Yeah, that's something amazing and where you dream of as a child.
Mm. Who was probably the toughest opponent you came up against in the Premier League?
Toughest opponent.
Like
I have to
just
be I have
individual
to be
player.
honest, huh? I have to be honest. As I said, I was following Man United back in the days, but I have to say Manchester City.
Yeah. So, as a team, what about as a winger, like the fullback you were coming up against?
Fullback. I always said there are two fullbacks that are unbelievable for me. One Bissaka, that's number one, and the second one is Kenny Tate from Fulham.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
These two fullbacks are the hardest fullbacks I've ever seen.
What we obviously see Wan Bissaka with his ability to just get these tackles in at any moment, but what is it about him that makes it so difficult as a winger? Because obviously, as a winger, you try and be unpredictable. You try and do different things. What is it about him that just makes it so difficult?
I think he's just so quick on his feet, and you think you've been past him, and then he comes back with a tackle, and you can
Mm,
nothing, and it's nothing you can do about it. I think, and Kenny Tate has exactly the same.
yeah.
You think you passed him, and then he makes a tackle, and then yeah, you have to jump up, and the ball goes out, or he gets the ball, gets the ball, So I think that makes them really really good at
Mm.
defense.
Yeah, Wan-Bissaka's in a weird position at the moment because it's like feels like he might leave Manchester United, but he also there's not many fullbacks that can actually just
Exactly,
do just defend like that so consistently. And obviously nowadays fullbacks have to do a lot more in terms of going forward and
exactly.
the way the game's changed tactically. But there still has to be room for that, I think, in your squad for a fullback to just come on and lock someone off. He did it for United against PSG, and we were playing against Mbappe and stuff, and
Yes.
he was just out of this world. And you're like, surely there has to be room for that in the squad still.
That's what I fully agree with you with that. Nowadays, wing backs or backs need to be like attackers, so they're looking
Mm,
really like what he can do on the ball. But I think it's really important to have defenders who can really defend as well. And I think a player like Wan-Bissaka or Kenny Tate, you can really use them because if you
mm.
play against a hard opponent like Mbappe, whatever, me as a manager, I would not have been worried if I have Wan-Bissaka or Kenny Tate against him.
Yeah. You played in obviously your stint in Germany was short for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But you played in Germany, you've played in France, you've played in Holland. Like, what are the big differences between those leagues? Obviously, from the outside looking in, the Dutch league seems very very technical, but then you come to the Premier League and it's so quick and so fast. Like, how did you cope adjusting with that?
Well, for me, the biggest difference was when I went from the Championship to the Premier League. Um, I was always expecting that the Championship is like similar to the Premier League, but it's not.
Mm,
I think Championship is really tough, 100%, a lot of running, physical. But then you go to the Premier League and it's exactly the same, but another level as well. And
mm,
then the intelligence comes as well because you have only players who are clever, smart, and know what to do. So
mm,
and you don't get time on the ball. Where in the championship you get time on the ball sometimes, and there is space, and that's the big difference. So the Premier League is the hardest league I've played in, but France was not was also really strong. But the
mm,
Premier League is yeah, it's just different.
mm. It was really. Who did you play with at Lille? Because Lille have had like some real good periods time when they played Champions League football. Did you have any of those kind of the hangover of the Lille Champions League sides and stuff when you were there?
Few of the players I played was like Jose Fonte, Loic
Yeah.
Remy, Nicolas
Okay.
Pepe.
Yeah. Yeah. Loic Remy
So
came to the Prem as well, didn't he? He was at
he
Chelsea,
was at Chelsea, yeah,
Newcastle.
correct.
Yeah, a decent player as well on his day, wasn't he?
Yeah, there were some great players there when I was there. So yeah, the league is also really strong. It's very physical and tactical.
Mm.
Yeah.
If you had to pick a five-a-side team out of the players you've played with, who you picking?
Ooh, good question. Um, for sure, Wesley Sneijder.
Oh
I have
mate,
to
what a
pick him.
player! What
I
a
played with
player!
him in the national team,
Yeah.
and we did a possession game, and I've never seen someone like this before. I think we did like 4 against 4 and then two in the middle, and he was in the
Yeah.
middle, and I tried to press him, and he's so quick on his feet as well. So I would definitely choose him. Jack Grealish, I played with him a few years. His balance and his dribbling is from another level. So
You
definitely
know
him.
what? While you're talking about Jack Grealish, sorry to cut you
Yeah.
off there. What do you make of him as a player at Villa, where he did so much more, and the player he's become at Man City? Obviously, he's winning things and he's part of a much more successful team, but you kind of see a player that's does a little bit less because he has to. Like, what do you make of that?
Well, at Aston Villa, he was our main man. So
Mm,
he got to do whatever he wants, and we all felt him. So everyone had a good relation with him. Like I was, for example, a left wing, and he was a 10, and he
Mm,
knows when I have to dribble, and I know when he has to dribble. And I think in
yeah.
City, you have too many big stars, so there you can. Yeah, I think that's the biggest
Do you
difference
think we,
because
because we have this debate with some of my friends about how like the improvement in coaching and stuff, and how like minute these details these coaches are going into now, sees some of the individuality of players like Jack Grealish at Aston Villa kind of just coached out of him. So he becomes less of an exciting player to watch, but
yeah.
he's winning things. So obviously, it means more to him. But like, is that a little bit one of because we don't see those individual talents as much anymore? You know, like they're just the Ronaldinhos of this world, like just do everything. I know he's pinnacle player, but it feels like all the individuality gets coached out of a lot of these players.
Yeah. Well, I understand what you're trying to say, but I have to say football has changed as well.
Mm,
Tell me if I'm wrong, but I think even now there are there's not much space anymore on the pitch. Everyone is just
mm,
sitting back, uh, tight areas, and then you have to just pass the ball around and wait for the opportunity to go. And
mm.
I feel like back in the days when I see clips from Zidane or Ronaldinho, they were dribbling from halfway line to the goal, and it looks like it's not possible anymore because people are getting stronger, faster, clever, more clever. So I think, yeah, football has changed as well. But I understand what you're trying to
Coaching at
say.
the bottom levels has kind of got better as well. Like the
Yeah,
teams in the
100%.
relegation zone now try and play football, whereas before they would have just been defending and trying to dig deep and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, football changes a lot, and the coaching's obviously improved. But yeah, I just get gutted sometimes we don't have those just individual, just maverick players that just absolutely tear it up. Like Cristiano Ronaldo came to United, and because he wasn't
Oof.
pressing and stuff, when he came back, because he wasn't pressing and stuff, it was like, he has to move now because he's not doing the modern day thing of pressing. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
But he
Like,
was still unbelievable important. Huh?
yeah, yeah, he scored
See,
most of
like
the
what he
goals that
did in the
season.
Champions League and the last minute
Yeah,
winners. Yeah, incredible, man.
you got to Snyder and Jack Grealish. Who
Yeah.
else are your team?
Robin van Persie, national team as well.
Yes.
I've seen him. I've seen him play, and his finishing. You know, when you play table tennis and when you try to slap hard, that's what he does with
Yeah,
his feet. So his
yeah,
finishing was like top spins with his leg. It was just unbelievable. So I would definitely
yeah.
choose him as well. Let me see. Let me see. I have a few clubs to
You're
go.
gonna need a goalkeeper unless you're gonna go all out attack.
Goalkeeper, goalkeeper.
Last man back,
I got the goalkeeper, Mike Maignan, the goalkeeper of AC Milan.
killing
Really
it at the
good
moment.
goalkeeper.
France's goalkeeper as well,
Yes,
doing
amazing
really
talent,
well.
man. Really focused as well. We've seen a lot about him the last couple of months about racism and stuff like that. But he's such a nice guy, and he has a strong personality. But really decent guy, man. And yeah, really good. Always working hard. I can remember in Lee he was always doing the extra work, and he was saying to me like, Anwar, I want to go to the top level. I want to get to the national team, and I'm happy that he did because he worked for it. So I would definitely choose him. So how many got left? Two more, yeah.
You got one more player left.
One more
So you
player.
got mine in net. You got Schneider probably sitting, Grealish and Van Persie.
So basically, I need a defender, right?
You can do, yeah. It is
Who then?
five-a-side though. Maybe Schneider could just sit.
Okay, the last one. The last one. Last one. Let me see. Aston Villa, Lille, Ajax time. I have one. Then I would choose a defender, and that's Kenny Tater.
Yeah.
I would choose him just for the work in the back. Kenny Tater, really good player. I think he signed another year at Fulham, but as I said, his defense is really really good.
That's a solid team. Wesley Schneider was someone that was linked to Manchester United so much.
Really,
Yeah, like remember at the time he was at Inter. I think maybe just before as well, but obviously he won the Ballon d'Or, didn't he? Wesley Schneider. Did I imagine
I
that?
think he didn't, right? Or
Let me just double check that, but because remember when they won the treble? Did he win the? Because they won the treble, didn't they? When he was there.
I think he was close, but I didn't think he won it.
I should have done my research really. Let me just quickly check. I'll cut this out. Don't worry.
Now I'm curious as well.
Yeah, now I need to know. Ballon d'Or. No, he never won it. I
No.
imagined that he won it for some reason. I must have seen it
Because he
with
was
something
on
else.
fire during the World Cup. You remember?
Yeah. He won the treble and then he went to the World Cup and just smashed it, didn't he?
Yeah.
2010.
And I
Yeah,
got
he
to
was
the
an
final as well,
unbelievable
right?
player.
Against Spain.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
unbelievable by that
if
time.
he won it, he would have won the Ballon d'Or if he won the World Cup. But yeah, Anwar, it's been absolutely amazing speaking to you. Thank you for jumping on this chat as well. It's been good
No
going down
problem.
memory lane with you. Obviously, I cannot wait for Saturday. It feels weird to talk about football then go back to something so serious, but that's why we're here. childrenofgaza.co.uk. Tell the people at home why they should be there on Saturday.
Yes, show your support, boys.
It's that simple. Make sure you show your support. Head over to the link. The link's in the description below. Thank you to Anwar for joining us. Once his case is over as well, we'll get a proper sit down chat in.
100%.
We'll meet up. We'll go Ladypool Road for a munch and we'll we'll have a chat. But Anwar, thank you for joining us and thank you for taking a stand as well. Seriously, I know you don't do it for the thanks and stuff like that, but it's refreshing to see someone doing that. So,
Yeah, my
nice
final
one.
message to the people: speak out wherever you can. Educate people around you if you don't know about Palestine and what's happening since 1948. And yeah, just let your humanity speak. If you see all these images, all these disgusting videos, what's going around now, just let your humanity speak, man. And please, I beg everyone, help us stop this because yeah, life is not the same anymore.
It's not the same for so many people. So yeah, make sure you support in childrenofgaza.co.uk and help out where you can. Thank you to Anwar Ghazi. Make sure you check him out on socials as well for much more updates and stuff like that. And we'll get you back on very soon. Cheers, bro.
See you, brother. See you Saturday.
See you Saturday.